Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Episode 137. Welcome in.
Welcome.
How do you do?
I do alright.
Just alright?
That's right.
I'm doing pretty good. We had beautiful weather yesterday and today.
Yes,
Finally.
this is true.
Getting rid of this damn cold. Just for it to return next week.
Yep.
Fucking bastards.
Can't get off that easy.
Nope. Definitely not. But it's alright. It's mid-April, so, warm weather's a-coming whether we want it or not.
Yes.
And I want it. But yes. What's new in the life of you?
Nothing.
Same old same.
Same old same. All the good stuff next week.
What's next week?
The Vampire Survivors card game.
Oh.
And on the same day, the next Magic the Gathering set that takes place inside Magic the Gathering. So.
That sounds dumb as fuck.
No, that's good. That's a good thing. The last one was Ninja Turtles. But this next one coming up is Return to Strixhaven. So.
Oh, you meant so?
Oh, if that does take place.
I thought you were sure.
Magic
I thought
the
they were
Gathering.
trying to pull some it's a magic set about magic.
No, but there was a card people complained about in Ninja Turtles where the art depicts the Ninja Turtles teaching a table of people Magic the Gathering.
Oh, come on, that's total Ninja Turtle though.
I know it takes place in New York, so why not be meta? So yeah, I'm excited for a Magic the Gathering set.
Maybe I would get one of one of each turtle, Splinter.
There's plenty of versions of them, so you
And
can easily
April
just get
oh god, what's the dude's name?
Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
Yeah, his icon avatar on Arena is sick as shit.
Nice.
It's so lit.
And Shredder, obviously.
I did do one draft of it today, just to
peek your head in.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the next set.
I still need to buy physicals of the Final Fantasy set, which I should probably get on because I feel like the longer I wait, the more those prices are going to just go up.
They sure will.
My wife was at a card show the other day, and one guy had the black Chocobo card. He was trying to sell it for $6,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm sorry, I'm not rolling up to the card show with $6,000.
well, first off, it was a Pokemon show, too. So it's like, you're not going to sell a Magic the Gathering card at a Pokemon show for that price.
No.
So. But. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so not interested in Modern Magic.
I kind of want to start buying Commander decks again.
I mean, I would 100% play quote-unquote basement Magic again.
Yeah. I mean, even
hard copy between friends.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. If someone calls me up, hey, we got to plan a day, let's do it. But, you were just about to say, I assume you mean going to a shop.
A card shop and actually playing Commander.
Well, I don't like people. So that's a negative on my side.
That's a no from me, Doc.
And, as you know, I like the more casual Magic.
Yeah.
I don't like competitive Magic where people want to win in the first 3 turns. That's not fun to me. Even if I'm the one winning in the first 3 turns, I'm like, that's... I don't know. It's just, I have decks that are asshole decks. I have a Goblin deck. My Hydra deck is just kind of annoying, but it's not I don't have any decks where
sweaty annoying.
Yeah, I don't have any decks where you can't play the game or I win within the first 4 turns. I don't have anything like that. Intentionally.
Yes.
And I know people at the card store are going to have that kind of stuff or
just things that I think are lame in general.
Or loose with it. Some of the cards that I have in some of my decks are older cards or from weird sets or something. Just because I think it's cool, and then now I have to learn rules and be like, oh, this card's banned or that card's banned. You can't play this. That is.
Isn't that really sick?
Yeah, Casey Jones art is awesome. Is that on a card?
I don't know. I would guess so. I haven't seen much of the Turtles cards. I kind of ignored its existence for most of the time.
That'd be cool. But yeah, I don't want to have to deal with, that card's banned.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I'm just like, whatever.
I just came here to play a card game, bro.
Yeah, I'm just here to have fun. Cool cards do cool things with this cool card. That's my deck. Very not meta.
Power level system for Commander.
The what now?
It's like a power level system.
Is that a new mechanic?
No, as in like a way to like judge if you're facing someone else of similar power level.
Oh, right. My decks aren't that powerful.
Neither are mine. Well, not my Commander ones.
Definitely not my Commander ones. All of my Commander decks are jank as fuck.
Yeah.
But
same.
they're fun as fuck to play. And that's where Magic peaks. When you play jank against jank.
Where you're playing an RTS and you're building something.
Yes, exactly. Which is one of mine and your favorite parts. We're always building decks. Yeah. We each got fucking 40-something decks. Half of them are absolute trash. Yes. Complete garbage. But they're fun. You know? Because taking a trash deck versus... That's why I would probably like drafts, where each get a booster pack and you're just building shit out of a draft. Because then you're not...
It makes it like some of the garbage commons like shine, too.
Exactly. And it's like you're not... Your whole deck isn't tailor-made around one hyper-specific thing. I mean, you can try and do that, but it's a draft. You're not going to get every card to be like that, you know? And you're not going to have one dude having 4 fucking sets of counters.
Yes. Or 3 board sweeps.
Right? And if that guy does have 3 board sweeps, that just means he got a god-tier fucking pulls on each of his packs. And
he earned that,
right? 6 copies of the same legendary type shit, you know?
That's why I'm excited to draft the new one. I like the 2 color sets.
And a lot of people are probably like, oh, just play Arena. But I'm like, I'm not spending money on digital Magic cards.
The problem is starting over. It's not like you could just like port some sort of credit from having played all your life.
I know, right?
No, it's starting from nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
There's not enough promo codes in the world to make up that difference.
Not with the way we were spending money when we were fucking teenagers. Grossly. What's the word I'm looking for? Grossly mismanagement of funds. Let's put it that way. I remember dropping like... I don't even know how much when I built my first Eldrazi deck, because I just banged out all of the big ones all in like one whole purchase, and I was just like, yeah, that just happened. But you know, back when you have no bills.
But then you look at them and you're like, ah.
I still have them today. And I bet you I could turn that for a profit. I'm sure the original Emrakul and them are worth more than they were 10 years ago.
Probably.
Or more. God, probably more than that. Ooh, I don't want to think about how long ago that was. 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah, because we relate to that too.
Yeah, we started playing when Ravnica was new.
Like Dragon's Maze, Return to Ravnica block.
Dragon's Maze was, I think, our first new set when we played. Because when I started, because you played sooner than me. You're the one that got us, our friend group, into it. But when we started playing, the newest set that we were currently playing was Return of Avacyn, right?
Return to Ravnica? Because Dragon's
Maze
is
you're
the
right.
last of that
right, yeah,
block.
because that's Innistrad. Whatever the last set of Ravnica was. And then Theros was next. Yeah. That was the first one that we like bought brand new.
We actually went to an event for one of the Theros sets.
Yes. That's the only Magic event I've ever been to, was that Theros set. Therefore, the only draft I've ever played.
I went to one 6 years ago now. Oh, God. I don't even remember what set it was for. It was, you know what it was? It was a Return to Theros.
Oh,
That's what it fucking was.
Theros was a good block, man.
It was. I love the concept of gods.
What was next? Was Tarkir next?
Yeah.
Next. Tarkir
was alright.
It was okay. I liked what they tried to do with each of the clans and stuff.
I like 3 colors.
But I felt like it was just kind of like a lesser guild of Ravnica.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the guilds of Ravnica did a better job than what Tarkir tried to do.
Some of the legendaries were really good, though.
Yeah.
Zergo, Narset, all of the dragons in the last set of that block.
The last set that I actually bought cards for and like played was the Norse theme one. Kaldheim.
Which is lit.
And then fucking 15 years of playing Magic. The Final Fantasy set was the first time I ever bought cards to collect them, not to play them.
I would have done it for Bloomborough, but I didn't.
Played or collected?
Both. I think I'm going to buy one of the Bloomborough commanders, though. I've been looking at like pre-made commanders a lot lately.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're going to get everything you need in it, and then you can just swap out some cards that fit with it.
One of the Bloomborough ones, and I want to get one of the Final Fantasy ones. I'm not sure which yet. I think we're going to do the Titus deck.
The 14 one with Y'shtola Slabs.
And that is like a classic color combination for me. I do love me blue, white, black.
I bought the Final Fantasy 7 one just to rip it apart and put all the coolest cards in my binder.
Noise.
So there's that. But I still need to get the 14 one, because basically that entire commander deck is gonna go in my binder because it's all of the characters of 14. So it's just whoop binder, and then there's some miscellaneous stuff. Like I still don't have. I think I have all the villains now. Yes, but I still don't have Cecil and one other main protagonist, and then there's some cards here and there that I don't have that may or may not get. Like I want Knights of the Round, but that's probably the most expensive card in the set.
Brutal.
Not well, I say that, but most expensive normal card in the set.
Yeah, with like the 3 different arts that are.
Yeah, if you're just taking base normal cards, not collector boosters and stuff, because all the chocobos, that's where all the money is, and the fucking the full arts and stuff like that.
Yeah, the random surprise, like ones that aren't even standard legal, but they like throw in alt arts for.
Right. Yes. So there's that.
I just want to play Commander again.
Same. It's fun times.
But right now, I don't have like commander decks I love like I used to.
I still have all my command. I just never get rid of them.
All my like good commander decks.
Yeah.
I have 2 left, I think.
Do you still have your Super Friends one? Or is that a no? You made that to a normal deck. Yeah.
Normal deck. That's what I mean. Like all my fun commander decks are gone. The one where I was giving my permanents away and they all had downsides.
That was just evil.
I loved that deck. That deck was so good. And I had the Mill God as a commander deck too. I pretty much remade that on Arena though.
Perforos or whatever? Fenax.
You tap creatures and they target player mills for their toughness. And you just load that shit up with walls.
I tried putting that with who was that card? That's power and toughness equal to their graveyard. Fucking the Phyrexian looking thing.
Oh, consuming aberration.
Yes. That's a nasty combo.
Yes. So I want to do that. I have a couple like starts to commander decks in my box over there.
So like, yeah, I have those like in my big box of Magic cards. I have like, you know, those little plastic things that the cards come in when you buy them. I have like a bunch of like, here's one that has like 8 or 9 cards in it that could one day become a deck. And then here's another one that's got like 10, 15, and another one's got like 3 or 4. Here's 2 cards that go really well together but aren't in a deck, or here's a cool card.
I got 2 of those for Commander.
I don't have anything for Commander. And honestly, I'm like good with my Commanders because I got my Progenitors deck, which is just fun times.
Kalia
Kalia of the Vast. The one where she attacks, you can put an angel, demon, or dragon.
Yes.
That deck's fun. And then I have, what's her name? Proliferate on your upkeep.
Atraxa. I have one of that same color combination.
Yep. So I have Atraxa with all walls as creatures, and then all planeswalkers. Nice. And just proliferate. And there's so
That's
many.
my kind of commander deck.
Well, there's so much fucking planeswalker support now too. I made that deck back when there was not much of. I think there was like 2 cards that did something for planeswalkers, like in the entirety.
Like enchantments for each of them.
Yeah, so I could add and subtract a bunch of stuff from that deck and really beef it up.
Plus new planeswalkers.
And then I have a Tyjic deck, which is just kind of just like, oh, it's Boros stuff, doing Boros things. He
also is indestructible. Ergo, good commander.
Oh. And he's a 4-drop too, so it's not. And he's not really crazy. He's just a dude that's get double strike when he attacks with 2 or more. He's just like someone I put there. I could have put Ariel is probably in there, or Glissa, any of the other big heavy hitter Boros cards, but I was just like,
assemble the legions in there.
Oh, 100%. That's in my regular Boros deck too.
Nice.
I love that card.
Same.
Another card that's like shit. Like that card would be so ass today.
Yeah.
In Modern Magic.
Oh yeah.
A 5-drop that every turn it gets a counter, and you get a 1/1 token for each counter. That's like what?
Haha, disenchant.
Yeah. That thing would never get a token.
Bounce to hand.
But it's fun. Like I said, I like older Magic.
That's also why I like Commander, because for the most part, it's slower. And because it's multiplayer and political, you get a chance to build something. For the most part.
Don't attack me. I just have a 1/1 fire.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's had that 1/1 fire for 6 turns, but slowly just building up the hidden things behind it. And then all of a sudden, 1 turn drops his whole fucking deck on the field. And you're like, oh, shit. Yeah, I love Commander.
So I want to get back into it.
4-player Commander's like primo. That's where it's at.
That's why I need card shops for that now these days.
Yeah.
I think I have 3 Commander decks. I have the same colors as Atraxa, which is a partner one. I have a mono-white one, which is equipments. And I think I have a blue-white Foretell one.
Fun. I
have a blue-white and a black-blue-white planned, which is why I'm not going to get Y'shtola, because I have a black-blue-white planned. I think I might go with Titus. I'd go Terra, but I haven't played 6, so I don't know all of these characters in the deck.
I know Terra.
I also know Terra, and
I also haven't. I bought because I like that Terra's artwork better on the Commander than on her normal card. So I bought the Terra Commander itself. So I have Terra, and I bought like 2 or 3 other cards from this. I was on a website. They had the whole card list. So I just scrolled through the whole deck, and I was like, okay, I'll get that card and that card. That's cool art. And I
like her effect, but again, I don't know any of the characters.
Yeah.
And then Cloud is all about equipment, and that's not my mechanic. It's a very aggro one.
The Tifa art in that one too is way better than the normal Tifa.
So good.
So good.
And that card is really strong too, but it's just such an aggro-y deck, and that's just not
your play style. Yeah.
So that leaves Titus and Y'shtola. It's going to be one of the 2 of them.
Yeah. My wife has the Y'shtola one.
Which I got to see it in action thanks to that.
Yes.
And it's very up my alley, but I like the Esper one I already have planned. Like a lot. It's Alayla. It's whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Actually, I think it's non-creature permanent. You get a 1/1 flyer. I think she gives them +1/+0 in Death Touch or something like that.
Cool. I have like so much of this Magic set, and I know like what none of them do. I know the giant cactar gets plus 10,000 attack
I've
when he
seen
attacks.
so many silly combos with that one.
I'm sure. Give that bitch trample and you win. If
There
they
it is.
don't have a fucking...
Other creatures you control flying get +1/+0. Whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, you get a 1/1 flyer.
Who's that?
The girl I'm going to make a commander for. Flying Death Touch Lifelink.
Oh, it's a fairy. It looks like a That looks like a vampire. But I guess it could just be the black and red coloring.
Right, yeah. But it's right up my alley. I mean, I'm very much a non-creature permanent guy.
Cool. So you're basically making a 2/1 fairy token anytime you cast a non-creature spell, basically.
And then the other one I have planned is Yorion. It's blue-white flyer. When you play them, you can blink any number of permanents you control, and they come back at your end step. So that's going to be strong. I have a arena build for that with a non-legendary clone. So Yorion bounces the whole yard. It comes back. The clone comes down, bounces Yorion, and then every end step they bounce each other and keep bouncing my entire board. Yorion comes in, bounces the clone and everything on my board. They come back at end step. The clone comes in as him, bounces him until my opponent's end step.
Never he bounces him until the next end step.
Yep. So they keep bouncing each other infinitely and whatever else I have.
Would I see the issue here, though? There's one issue. When the clone comes in and bounces your whole board until their end step, on their whole turn, you got one thing on your board.
Well, you can choose to. You can pick and choose which ones.
Oh, yeah.
But as you imagine, every single creature in that deck has an enter effect. There's a
absolutely.
reason to want to bounce all of them.
Exactly.
What's great for, though, is Deputy of Detention. And if it's hitting their commander, they don't get anything back when he goes away. Because they'll probably move it to the command zone.
How does, what's that fucking card? It probably does the same thing, whatever. What does Deputy Detention do?
Exile target creature till he leaves. And everything with the same name, but that part doesn't matter.
Okay, because there's other cards that do the similar effect
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. How does that work on a commander? If you put it in the command zone and he's still there, you can't play a commander? Or the command zone removes that effect from your
removes
commander?
that effect. But that means when he leaves, you don't get your commander back. You get a choice then when it happens to either let him ride along with that and try to remove him later, or put him back in your command zone now. But you can't choose to be okay, he can stay exiled, and then later be shit, I have no way to get him back. Can he be back in the command zone now?
That's why I say then. Two people say just shuffle the commander into the deck. You can't do that either, right?
They rule changed to make that not as strong anymore. So if the commander leaves the field in any way, the player's given the option then to move it to the command zone or let it ride.
Always the command zone.
Yeah. Unless you have an internal reason, but then you're probably doing it to your own thing. Because I have a commander on Arena that when he dies, he comes back as the other side of himself, which is a coffin that spawns vampires. Nice. So I have to choose then when he dies every time to make sure he doesn't go to the command zone, or that does not happen.
Interesting.
Yes. Oh, fun. Rules thing. I'll never be able to buy that deck. I'm sure that deck's expensive as shit. It's a vampire commander deck I made.
There's so many fucking vampires out there now, too.
And cordial vampires on Arena, so that's why that's all you need. Whenever anything dies, all of your vampires get a +1/+1 counter.
Oh, yeah.
For 2 mana.
That's lit. I have a vampire deck, but it's mostly fucking Innistrad vampires, and it's been updated here and there.
To be fair, that's where most of them come from.
True. I've updated it here and there, though, with cool new vampires that have come out. But it's a shit deck. Olivia Valderan's the best card in there. Probably not, actually, but she's one of the better cards.
There it is, finally. Edgar Chardengroom. It's a lot of text, but...
Oh. Nice. Very nice.
I meant to look up the price. Oh, he's actually not expensive himself. It's just getting good vampires would be. I don't know. I miss Magic.
Sometimes. I do. Sometimes I don't. I don't miss spending the money.
Yeah. I sure don't blame you.
So I'll take not playing Magic for a little while if it means saving money, but I just spend it elsewhere. So, you know. Woe is me.
Can't win.
Nope. In other news, I got myself a gaming PC.
Yeah.
Haven't done too much on it. Downloaded some free games, you know. MMOs, which I'll play for 20 hours each and then just say fuck this, which is a healthy response to MMOs,
Yes.
I think.
Better than the alternative. Playing them for an
Yes.
extended period of time.
They're old demos. Like, I did Black Desert and Guild Wars 2. So, Black Desert mostly because the fucking character creation is just top tier. Guild Wars 2 because my wife's been playing that game since release. And before that, she put in fucking 10 bajillion hours into Guild Wars 1 with her mom. Her and her brother grew up with that game. They used to, all three of them would play together. Her brother, and her mom. They had their little setup in a room.
Little LAN party.
Yep. Any time an expansion came out, she let them call out school
Oh.
for the weekend or whatever. And they'd have LAN parties all the time playing together.
Nice.
I'm sure that'll be me someday, but at the same time, because like the only real time that, like, you can have LAN parties with like other games, but like MMOs, LAN parties are kind of like where they're at. You know what I mean? But the future of MMOs seems bleak to me.
Same. Ashes of Creation just failed.
Epically. And
yeah.
Is it Ashes or is it New World? What's the one that...
Well, New World's getting shut down. Ashes of Creation finally came out to like no reception and is closing down.
Which one's the one that the owner scopped away with money and now there's a legal suit going after him? I think it's Ashes of Creation.
I think it's Ashes of Creation also.
New
World was like an Amazon studio and they went for a while.
Oh.
Ashes of Creation was like crowdfunded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get though, because like people get so mad about that. It's like that's part of the thing with Kickstarter is you're given the money with no actual like that might not
Guarantee,
happen.
Yeah.
I gave $75 to a fucking a tabletop game because part of their
I remember that actually.
Part of their like thing with signing up is that when you get the tabletop game itself, it's going to come with minis. And like it was like something like 250 minis. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like 8 years ago. I used to get monthly updates for the game. I don't think I've gotten a monthly update in like 2 years.
Damn.
So I don't know what's going on. I'll probably never see it. And I'm just like, all right, yeah, it's $75. I'm out. But I'm not going to go try and sue the game.
Yeah.
People over that. I'm like,
It's not worth the effort.
When I was told about this as Kickstarter, I knew that was a possibility. That even though you give the money to them, there's no guarantee that the game comes out. But from what I understand, Ashes of Creation had some predatoriness to that. So maybe there's something that I'm just not aware of that makes it more of a justified thing to go after them. But that's just my limited knowledge on the topic.
Same. I didn't follow much of it, to be honest.
Neither did I hear, though, well, because it's funny, because I downloaded Guild Wars 2, and then I just happened to find out, I guess, Guild Wars 3 is, like, in development right now.
Oh, damn.
And I'm like, maybe I'd be interested in that.
Just in time.
To play with my wife. Well, just because it's in development doesn't mean it's coming anytime soon.
True.
And there's no official word, but it's been leaked by multiple sources, and something about an investor meeting to, like, there's high evidence. So it's basically, you ask Google, anybody, and even Google says it, it's like, yeah, it's in development right now. And I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it. But I'm not a big Guild Wars fan. I've played Guild Wars for like 20 hours over 15 years.
Yeah.
With 2 hours at a time for 3 different characters that have all been lost to the abyss. You know?
Yes.
But whatever. Still learning WSD control, mouse and keyboard. Like, I can get, I'm good with the WASD moving, but if I have to then move my fingers to press another button and then go back to WASD, it's hard for me. Without looking, I gotta look.
Yeah.
And I've been pretty good lately, because when I played Black Desert, shift is like the sprint. So having my pinky use shift or control, because you hit control and that's how you get the mouse option to pop up to, like, click on things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just moving your camera with the mouse. So I'm all right with using my pinky right now for shift and control. But, like,
control's still a little rough for me. The reaching down to it.
Yeah, me too, a little bit. One thing I keep hitting, because tab is to draw and sheath your weapon, and I keep hitting caps lock.
Oof.
Like, R is to talk to people in the game, so it's like right there, but I hit, like, E sometimes. So it's like, I just got to get used to it and try and, like, I don't know, just learn it. I don't know if I'll ever, I mean, maybe, I don't want to say never, because I'm sure the human brain learning things is pretty good, but, like, to get it to the point where a controller just felt natural to me and never have to look at a controller, because I've been using it my whole life. It's just second nature to me. Yeah. Like, and I get it, way less buttons, but if I can get it to where keyboard feels at the same level of comfortability, I think I'll be alright.
Just takes practice.
Yeah, and there's 0% chance I play Smite right now with that, because it's too many move away from WSD while also still hitting WSD, because I can't just stop to hit an ability.
Yeah.
I got to keep moving. And
let me pause to hit my cleanse.
Exactly. So I'm like, and then there's active items too. So the 4 abilities, the relic, and on top of that, I mean, I can keep buying stuff to, like, mouse buttons, which I'll probably do for Smite. Just, yeah. But there's only 2. I only have 2 buttons on my mouse.
Same, so, actually.
There's a 3rd one in the middle, but I don't think that's actually mappable.
Yeah.
And I probably put, like, ability 1 and 2 there or something.
That's what I usually do for, like, Pred. I put my blink in something.
Because you still got right click.
I think my blink and my crest are on those buttons.
Nice. You use the keyboard on the laptop or an external keyboard?
On the laptop.
Because I was bringing it up, because if you wanted a keyboard, you can have that one.
Ooh.
Just throwing it out there.
But I appreciate it.
But yeah, he got the laptop keyboard, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one I was using on my PS5, but the computer came with one, and I don't really like that keyboard anyway. Like the keys.
Yeah, they're interestingly high.
Yes. So it was fine because like the only reason I had it on the PS5 is for 14, because sometimes I have to type to people.
Yeah, it's kind of unbearable to type with a controller.
Yes. Completely. So the only thing it really uses is when I report players in Smite at this point, because there's no for console players specifically in Smite 2, there's no chat, there's no texting or typing. PC players can type, but console players can't.
Weird.
I think it's a toxicity thing, but I'm like, PC players are just as toxic. They're all players.
Whatever.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Indeed.
But that's it. I mean, it's a computer. I played
You can download Arena on there.
No. And I'm still playing the shit out of Crimson Desert. But I'm not exclusively on Crimson Desert anymore. I pulled back a little bit.
Nice.
I say I'm nearing the end. Like, there's just 2 more areas to explore, and then it's like, how much of the quests do I want to actually complete, and how many of the bosses and all that. But I could probably beat it. If I just went, like, straight into it, I could probably do it in another, like, 2 weeks, maybe.
Nice.
Give or take.
I've just been playing Slay the Spire. And I tried the new No Man's Sky update.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. How is it? I haven't played.
Sure as Pokemon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, legit?
Yeah. It was really annoying because you can tame 2 creatures by base. And then you have to spend nanites to get any additional creature slots.
How many nanites?
Oh, quite a bit. I don't remember how much the first one was. I bought it right away because you only get 2 slots, and it's Pokemon. I can have 3 for this. So I was like, I need the 3rd. I hit that right away, and I went to get another one because I thought it would be a trivial amount. And it said 1,000 nanites, and I was stood there like dumbfounded.
I'm sitting on like 20k, so it's not that bad. But
Nanites? Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't spend them.
Well, you can get your whole 1 page of your Pokemon boxes, it seems.
I don't spend anything, actually, other than components in No Man's Sky.
I spend the normal currency a lot.
I just don't either. Like, I do on...
It's like Corvette parts. I've been buying random materials if I need them.
I should do that, but I don't. I'm on 65, 70 million credits.
Damn.
Which seems like a lot until you start buying Corvette parts and you're like, oh, I'm out of money.
There's all my money.
But that's really all there is to spend that kind of money on.
Well, here's that for nanites.
Because most of what you're actually wanting to do is going to get components.
I feel like I need to deregister one of these monsters to get a more interesting monster.
I wonder if did they add new monsters to then collect, or is it just the existing?
They've slapped rarities on them. I don't know if they added any new ones.
Because the creatures that were in the game weren't
many attacks though. They must have been working on this for a little while.
Well, because I didn't like the previous update, the excavation one.
It didn't sound great.
Because you have to manually do things, and then you have to manually pick it up, put it in the loader, jump in the loader, run it to a physical location on the planet. So you have to go find the location first. So it's basically like a scrapyard. And when you're there, then you go in the immediate vicinity and look around for scrap and bring it there. Because if you just randomly run it on a planet and then you find scrap, this junkyard area could be fucking forever away.
5 hours away.
Because it's not something you can put in your inventory. You got to physically carry it.
Yeah.
With the
grav gun.
The grav gun thing.
That sounds awful. Besides having a grav gun.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work on anything else that I know of.
That sucks.
So, but
I pretty much just popped in, tamed some animals, spent all my nanites on one slot, and then did one Pokemon battle and said, "Yep, this is a Pokemon battle," and then logged out.
I just like expanding my fleet, and haven't, because I have 3 starships, but I don't have the Corvette yet. I haven't gone too heavy in that because I don't want to have to build half a Corvette and realize that I don't have the money now to finish my Corvette, and I just have a half-finished Corvette. You know what I mean? So
I still need some more parts myself to actually finish it. I went in there to see how much I have.
Well, you can farm Corvette parts too.
Yeah.
Because you look for a planet that has rare salvage loot on it, and then you land on the planet and you just go to each of the rare salvage spots. You use your visor to find them and
get parts.
You dig them and you literally just get Corvette parts.
Yeah, when the Corvette stuff first came out, I went hard on that, and then I just stopped. I need that. I need actual salvage data, too. It's been a while since I went out just getting salvage data.
That's easy, though. You just spend like 10 minutes on it, and you get like 30 of them. And you're like, cool, I'm set for a while. But I don't really need too much salvage data anymore. What I really need is technology slots. They expanded inventory slots, too. So, like, I was almost at max inventory on my person, and then it's just like, oh, it just keeps going. Okay.
Good, though.
I haven't run out of inventory, but I have a device on my freighter and plus you have your starship. So I could be running around, summon my starship if I'm full, put everything in my starship. Or if my freighter is in the local star system, I can literally just beam up components to the freighter.
Nice.
Because of a component I put on my freighter. But my freighter's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a C-class. It looks cool visually, but it has like 8 inventory slots.
Ugh.
So I have to expand the inventory. But the only way to expand inventory slots on a freighter is to find a crashed freighter. And in the when you do the quests, when you find a crashed freighter, there's always like this central orb thing you can interact with. And it's like, go find all the salvage from this crashed freighter. And it marks it all for you. And you go dig it all out, find these vaults, and you get the items. And sometimes in those vaults, you'll get a freighter salvage item. So it acts the same way, and then you go to the freighter and you can use X amount of those to get an inventory slot. And they're not very common.
There's not many crashed freighters.
Well, not only that, but you're not guaranteed to get one at each crash freighter.
Brutal.
And part of me feels like you need more than one for a inventory slot. So, plus you need those to upgrade your freighter with all the upgrades you can get for it. So, because you can give it bigger warp drives and.
So it's like, do you want to make your freighter actually better or carry more shit?
Yeah. But all of the other freighters that I've seen are so expensive, which is why I've been trying to farm anomaly detectors and land into a sentinel freighter. Because if you go into that, it's a space battle. As long as you can protect the freighter it's attacking, you disable its shields and all of its guns, and then you can steal the sentinel freighter.
Ooh, nice.
And it is fucking badass. Just visually badass. But I've warped into 2 of them by accident, not with an anomaly thing, and I've lost each time.
Damn.
It's not like not that I die, it's that the freighter dies. So
before you can disable everything.
Yeah. But I also didn't really know. The first time I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, but because it shoots these missiles and the missiles travel, and you can shoot the missiles out of the sky before they hit the cargo freighter that it's trying to loot. Yeah. And then go back to shooting their guns. So I'm sure the longer it goes, the easier it'll get because you're taking out guns and shit.
Yeah.
I'll get one someday. Don't you worry. I say that. I'm just not worried per se, because there are still games coming for it that I'll still be playing. But like when I got the PS5, I think I turned on my PlayStation 4 3 times in like 3 months and then never again. And the same with PS4 to PS3. But like with PS3 to 4, there were 0 games that I was actively playing on the PS3 that I like left unfinished. Yeah. That was like a clean transfer of games. 4 to 5, I feel like there might have been 1 or 2 games that I left behind that I didn't like complete. But 5, there's a lot of games on there that I just haven't finished.
I know 3 to 4, there was a lot I had unfinished. Like Tokyo Jungle. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
My one singular last trophy for this the PlayStation Smash Bros. To get the platinum.
PlayStation All Stars.
That one, yes. I forgot what the trophy was. It was one of the online battle trophies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just needed to play it to get it. But I didn't. You got that bitch twice.
Yeah, I did.
It's alright though, I got Skyrim's trophy platinum twice.
I did really like that game too, despite its many, 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 many faults.
It was cool. It's not Smash Bros.
It's not Smash Bros.
It was Smash Bros at home.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. It's like I still got Yakuza Like a Dragon. Those 2 shitty JRPGs that I downloaded that were like $8 a piece that I'm actually having somewhat decent fun with, but aren't like super engaging. There's still more I can do in Expedition 33. I've beaten the game, but there's like end game content that I can do. Like I haven't beaten, for those who know, I haven't beaten CL or Simon yet. So there's that. And then there's still fights in the Endless Tower that I want to do. And other than those 3 things, but it's just farming. I'm not level 99.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I fought Clea, the one super end boss, and she heals for 500k a turn.
Oh my god.
And my damage isn't there. Because, well, there's a way around it. And it's to get good. And I could change the difficulty, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. She summons 2 minions with her. You just basically want to... Or no, I say, she doesn't do that. She summons minions to attack. But then when you attack her, it's just her standing there.
Yeah.
And if you parry or dodge every attack, so you get a flawless turn, you take no damage, she doesn't heal. But if you're hit just once, she heals 500k.
Damn.
And that's a lot. Like, I did get her down a little bit to the point where she was low, but she was slowly gaining on me. So I would do, say, like 450k damage, but she would heal for the 500, and she'd be slowly going back up. And I'm just like, ugh. Because some of those combos that she's doing, they're like 12 hit combos, so you miss one. And then she fucking switched it up on me. I finally got it down, and then she switched to a new Nevron or whatever, and I'm just like, no, the combo's different, so 500k heal.
Brutal.
Like, and Simon. I've seen Simon's gameplay. 100% the hardest boss. He's the super boss. And I've seen him...
The Sephiroth?
Yeah, I've seen him do fucking crazy work. Crazy work. And he has a move that I don't know how I would deal with, or how you deal with it. I've seen him do it to people. It's like, I don't know if it's like midway through the fight or like towards the latter half when he gets critical health or whatever. But there's no visual cue. Maybe it's a sound cue. He's just standing there, and you're standing there, and this sound thing. But it's not like he hits you with anything. He's just standing there, and then all of a sudden, your whole party is dead. So I'm like, can you dodge whatever that attack is? Can you parry?
Is there a
whatever
reaction of some kind?
It's got to be, but I've seen many of people die to it on YouTube. Yeah, but. And I think, Crimson Desert, obviously, and, it's the Tomb Raider games that I bought for $10.
True.
But now I got a computer, and it's like a whole new world. But I got 14. I will never, there's 2 games I will never not play on PlayStation, or at least with a PlayStation controller, is 14 and any Monster Hunter.
Fair.
So I'll go back to the PS5 when Monster Hunter gets its expansion, and then if there's another Monster Hunter game, which I'm sure there will be after Wilds, I'll probably get that for PC, but play it with a controller.
Yeah. I need to buy a controller for some of my games, like Elden Ring and Monster Hunter.
Well, I mean, I have like 3 PS5 controllers, so I'd just give you one.
That'd be amazing.
Because
I would need a cord too.
They're like $90. Well, the cord you can just buy on Amazon for like for nothing.
Yeah, true. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because Monster Hunter PC controls suck. And so do Elden Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the weird stuff, like weapon swapping, two-handing things, switching your spells. They're set to arrow keys at first.
What was set to arrow keys?
Switching your like left hand and right hand equipment and your spell and stuff. The pretty much the wheel of equipment that's always in the bottom left.
Mm-hmm.
That was set to arrow keys.
It's like trying to have arrow keys be the one you move with.
Yeah. But like when you have your mouse and your keys, how am I going to do that in a fight?
Part of me does wish that, well, maybe it was designed that way, but people said, nah, fuck that, was that everything was made for the mouse to be in the left hand.
Right.
Because if this, I feel like keyboard and mouse would be easier for me. It won't be easier now. It's because my whole life I've been using a keyboard and mouse for non-gaming things and gaming things. I've PC gamed before in my life. I played Lord of the Rings Online way back in the day, which I could get to, which I probably will. It's free to download on Steam.
Yay.
Again, I've never made it further into the game than I did when I first played it back in high school. But that's because I no-left that fucking game for a long time.
I thought we were playing Old Republic.
Don't. They're making a remake. Just play that.
The MMO one or the RPG ones?
Both. I'm pretty sure they're remaking the well, I don't know. Maybe they're just making the RPG ones. Because remaking an MMO, that's a lot of work, and I don't think they would do that.
Because there's BioWare's Knights of the Old Republic, which are like the hailed RPGs back on Xbox. And then there's the Old Republic, which is made in its image to be an MMO. Like same time period, kind of aping on it in general, but an MMO.
Right. Problem with it is, though, that it's so old.
Yeah.
So not only are the visuals, which I have no problem with looking at bad visuals, but it's like the janky play.
I know I won't stick to it. I tried playing Knights of the Old Republic because they re-released them on Switch, and I couldn't sit through those.
Brutal. But yeah. So maybe I'll, because like I've never actually, so I played during the Mines of Moria expansion back way in the day. and I've never actually made it to the mines.
I was wondering.
So I would like to try it. And from what I understand and what I've looked up and researched, like 99% of the game can be done solo at this point because it's such a small
keep it playable.
Yeah. So, because you're playing that game to experience the world and see the sights that, you know what I mean? And that's what I want to do.
Earth.
And the only sites that I ever saw were the Shire and Rivendell. Because when I played in high school, I played as a dwarf, and I just happened to start somewhere near the Shire, so eventually I just found my way there. And I was like, it's the Shire! Yeah. So I ran around there, had fun, seen Tom Bombadil, all that stuff. And then when I played a few years ago, I played as an elf, and you just start somewhere near Rivendell, so I saw Rivendell. I was like, I'm going to run around Rivendell. But that's about it. I want to see Gondor. I want to go to Mordor. See Minas Tirith and Osgiliath, Edoras.
I want to play Old Republic because I think that's the only world I have any similar feeling for, where there's like a sites I would want to see or would even.
But are the sites that you'd want to see even in there? Like, can you go to like Andor and Coruscant?
I would hope so.
Coruscant.
Then again, it's the Old Republic, so Coruscant's probably not going to look like Coruscant.
It'll probably look like some of what Coruscant looks like, just because of what Coruscant is. It's just it's layered cities that are just built on top of each other.
It just has a couple less layers.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Coruscant, I believe, is 100-something layers in modern Star Wars. So
yeah.
Depends on how long they wait to build a new layer, you know?
So there's, like, planets. I mean, there's not exactly specific monuments. Not like the wall in Game of Thrones. Or...
Yeah, you ain't finding a broken Death Star somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's cool, though, because you're in Star Wars, and you can see Darth Nihilus and Darth... all those other things. You play as, I believe you play as Darth Revan or something?
Yes, you are Darth Revan.
What if you're a female? Same thing, Darth Revan?
I think so.
Fuck it.
Maybe a Naruto MMO.
Nah. There's been some good Naruto games, though. Single player games. I think
the only things I want to see are mostly just in the Leaf Village anyways.
Yeah. There was that one game where you could just run around the entire Leaf Village.
Yeah.
And jump around all the buildings.
Early Xbox, I believe.
Yeah. Xbox 360. I have it upstairs somewhere.
And it looked good.
Yeah. Like, I liked the Naruto games, the action games that weren't the fighters, like... I
even like the old fighters a lot, like Ultimate Ninja.
What's the other one? That's the main fighter. What's that called?
Like now or back then?
Well, the Naruto Ninja Storm.
Yeah.
Ninja Storm. Those are good games. Yeah. But like the non-fight fighting games.
Yeah.
Adventure. I don't want to call
like
them RPGs. Beat 'em ups. I don't want to call them RPGs because it's not.
They sure weren't.
You were role playing as Naruto. Those are good, but like Bleach doesn't have anything like that. One Piece games aren't that good. Odyssey was good. I didn't play the newest One Piece game. The one after Odyssey. Or no. Odyssey is the one I didn't play. Which one did I play? I don't remember. There was one Piece game that was pretty decent. The story was meh. And some of the characters being there at certain times didn't make sense, but...
Oh my god, does this shit still exist?
World Seeker is the one I played. Odyssey is the turn-based one that came out 2023.
Oh my god, I could throw up. This is so weird.
Let me see.
That this is still going. There's an old browser game, Naruto PvP browser game, where it's just pictures. It's like a turn-based fighter against another player. And it's still going.
Let me see what it looks like. Show me images.
Well, it's literally just pictures of them, and they have like kits. And you just play like turn-based. That's why I'm like, random-ass Edo Tensei people... When's this update? March 15th, 2026. Holy
That
shit.
was 1 month ago.
I'll never remember my username.
No, 100% not.
No way. Never in a million years.
But yeah, I'd say Naruto had the first like great anime video games. It's like, yeah, there's the like the Yu Yu Hakusho fighting game, Dark Tournament one.
That game was not good.
It's just okay.
We even replayed it, and it was not good.
And I totally just fucking lied through my teeth. And I sinned deeply.
What'd you do?
Just completely forgot that Dragon Ball Z was the thing, and its games are just goated.
Yeah, had the best fighting games.
Yeah. So no, Naruto was not the first anime video game to be good, but it had good games, and it sucks that more don't have good games. I will say, even though I hate the verse now, and I think it just sucks, is Seven Deadly Sins is coming out with a new game, or just came out with one?
It looks awful.
I think it actually looked pretty good.
I mean, I've only seen clips, but
I thought it looked pretty good.
It's just because I hate the world so much.
That's probably it, because I also hate the world. It was such a banger first season that just flopped hard for me after season 1. Season 2 is just eh. It had some good moments, like Esconor's introduction and him fighting, but
then Escanor versus Meliodas happened. Well, even season 2 kind of sucked. Yeah.
It was just not as cool as season 1. And then season 3 happened, and it was just, ugh.
And then I heard the full breakdown, and it was even worse.
Yeah.
Did your mother's basement go over, like, the full story?
No.
Because he sure does.
Bless his heart for having to watch it. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? I think this is it right here. PlayStation 2 games. Oh, no, this is not it. I don't know what this is.
Oh, that was one of the first, like, non-fighting games.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know what they do really good, too? You know when you get an anime video game and they take the 2D style and make a 3D character model? It looks complete ass. The Naruto ones did a really good job.
They did.
This is a PS2, and that looks like really good for what?
Everyone just has like abilities. It even has like the old Sound Ninja guys from the tuning exams.
That's hilarious. Hey, that's cool.
Right.
Good for those guys keeping that game going for 20-something years.
Right? Again, I can't even believe this is still playable, much less updated.
Those were the days of PC gaming. Back in the wild, wild west of the Newgrounds days.
I'm going to open this up on my browser at home.
Do it. Let me know if you win any battles or if you get fucking smoked.
Yeah, I can't even imagine the people that are left playing a game like this.
The God tier, all of them. You're going to be a bronze player walking into a fucking Masters League.
Oh my God. Oh, it's bringing back some good memories. Back when I played Adventure Quest, which also somehow still exists.
See, because when we first got a computer at home, God, it was AOL dial-up.
I'm pretty sure I destroyed like every home computer we ever had looking at porn. Like 90% sure it was always my fault.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
No, this guy my dad worked with that used to burn video games for us, but they're all like bad, like terrible games. But they're all like kids games and stuff like that. Like games, like, you know, the kind of games where it's like it's trying to teach you stuff, like learning games. So it's like, let's learn the ABCs, but obviously not that.
Yeah.
That low level of learning. Games like that. But some of them were kind of fun. or like Pajama Sam. I put that in my Steam library. Just try the nostalgia. It's a click game. It's like an artwork thing, and you click on the images and you find stuff, and then you click into the next area, and it's all just point and click stuff. But it was just a childhood game that we played. Then there was some fucking Jurassic Park Trespassers or something like that I've really enjoyed. Mostly as a fucking... Because I was probably elementary school, maybe early middle school. I think elementary school. And I just remembered, because you're just some chick that washed up on the beach of Jurassic Park, and you have to go find guns, and there's dinosaur raptors and T-Rexes around, and you got to kill dinosaurs and, like, solve puzzles and
Nice.
walk around. And the world is humongous. Like, the whole island is like, you're on the island, and you can walk anywhere on the island.
It's very immersive for its time.
Yeah, especially me. That's the first, like, real game like that I ever played that wasn't a point and click. Just here's an artwork, you click, and here's a new artwork, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just remember if you look down towards your feet, you could just see her boobs. She was wearing a t-shirt.
Even back then.
She was wearing a shirt, but you could look down and just see cleavage.
Gooning it up.
And she had a fucking... the character had a little heart with an arrow through it tattoo on one of her tits. I was like, 10-year-old boy being like, oh yeah, this is the best game in the universe. I had no idea what I was doing. The game was horrible. I feel like I've shown you gameplay of it before. I think we've talked about it on the podcast, but
I believe it. The pain bodies each have their own characters.
Getting some representation.
God, they have like so many. I can't believe this happened under my nose.
I wouldn't say under your nose, more like the next street over while you forgot that the next street existed.
True. Why is Rin a default character? That's weird.
As in, like, Obito's crush that saw Kakashi kill?
Obito and Rin are default characters. I know, because this is a brand new account, obviously. There's no way I'll ever have my old account.
Not that there was anything on that old account worth...
Back in my day, I had to unlock some of those characters I have by default now. So did you read manga? What'd you read? I read the usuals, Kagurabachi, Goku Rakugai, and the first chapter of Haunted Peak.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I read chapter 3 today.
Nice.
The new chapter.
It's an interesting start. The art is amazing.
Yeah. Like I said, so we'll just start with Haunted Peak then. So I read it. I just saw it was there. I was like, oh, what's this? I read the premise. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I don't know, it's just locked. When I read it, the two chapters were out.
Yeah.
So I just read both back to back, and I don't know. I can't really explain too much what it was that hooked me in, but I was just locked in. I read through it, and I was like, I'm just gonna read it. It's a different vibe for Jump. It's a very like low key affair for Jump. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely something mysterious going on. So you get that feeling much more too in chapters 2 and 3. Because that's in the synopsis of it. It's like weird things start happening when the mountain is sold or whatever. And that poor kid having his mountain sold from under him. And they're talking like, yeah, I know, right? You get more of that in the newest chapter. It turns out that the mom was the one that really pushed for it, and we find out how much he sold it for. You would have bought this mountain? I could buy that mountain right now. You could buy the mountain for how much he sold it for. I'm going to look up the conversion right now. Because it was in yen, and it is a drastically low number in yen. You're like, I know I'm supposed to take a couple digits off this, but that doesn't seem fair anymore. Is that the right? Yes. You could buy this mountain 6 times over. You could go to the bank get a loan for this, and they'd be like, we'll give you
for
a
a
loan.
mountain. Damn. Does he have another?
We'll give you a loan for 3 mountains. Just ballpark guess what a mountain would go for.
I don't know what a regular one, but you're making it sound like $1,000.
$1,200.
That's disgusting.
200,000 yen is what.
I was gonna save up a couple weeks for this mountain.
Right? I was like, those fucking snakes.
That's gross.
Like, that doesn't even cover your rent, bitch.
No.
There's been a few mentions, though, of... Oh, the mount... Well, it's called Haunted Peak. But a few mentions of the ghost now. And I'm like, I wonder... I don't know if this is going to be an actual ghost thing. Or if this is going to be like a more of a... Poon kind of story. Where it's like... some weird... psychology nonsense is happening, but not supernatural nonsense.
Yeah.
But I'm in it.
I'll catch up.
Don't get attached to the main girl. She's a fucking
bitch. Yeah, she already seems pretty meh.
I don't like her at all.
Pretty scummy.
But it's good. I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading it until it loses me. But right now, I'm in it.
The art's really good. Again, it's a different vibe. It's very like a low-key seinen vibe.
Yeah. Yep. I dig it. And then we got no Dan to Dan this week.
Nope. So I wasn't crazy. Goku guy was pretty good. Just finally confronting the kid.
Yeah, this dude.
Kind of got him to drop his, like, apathetic behavior, too. He got that kid pissed off by the end.
I don't know if I should be, like... I don't know, because it's like... this new guy they introduced... I don't want to say he's overconfident to the point where I worry that... I just worry that there's going to be a flip here somewhere, that this kid's just not going to lose this. I feel like whoever this new person is going to get defeated. But if he does, and if the chairman or the chief does...
I think they'll get him to retreat through a portal or something.
Yeah. I don't know, just part of me worries that things are going to go awry for them, you know? He's gonna like underestimate the kid or something, but it seems the opposite. The kid's underestimating him. Yeah, he even called him out.
They take it like regularly seriously.
He even called him out. He was like, "You just saw how fast I was, and then you come at me slow as fuck."
When the kid keeps being like, "Oh, you're mocking me," and the guy's like, "No, I sent him because I think you're a threat."
Yeah, the boss has got to be strong though, because he says this guy reminds me of when I was younger or whatever, so...
He said something also along the lines of, like, he's my arms and legs now that I can't. Yeah. So what were you doing?
Well, he looks old, too, so... And they're kind of business fighting Maga all the time, I feel like.
Yeah, weird way he came out of the elevator that he was the boss. I'm glad he isn't.
When I first saw him, I was like, damn, you're a lot younger than I was expecting.
And then Kagurabachi was a slaughter, followed by a really confusing last page.
Oh no, I completely understand what happened.
I couldn't tell who died. Like, it looked like someone died in the last page.
So the way I see it, so the first chapter, not too much. They're all just talking. They're like, okay, we have a meeting. The meeting's going to go bad. We got to see I almost called him Kagura again. We got to see Chihiro's mother. Mm-hmm. She makes the prediction that the meeting's not going to go well. The meeting does not go well. These dudes rock up and kill everybody except the prime minister. And then I just love the last panel of that chapter. Shiba teleports in with all these dudes, and it's like,
yo.
They're like, yo, go home. And then this chapter, he's like, I will do no such thing. But I do love the showing that, like, Shiba Enko. I don't know anyone
Yeah.
else's name. None of them.
Death Flag guy.
Yeah. He's dying. If not already.
If I knew the guy that died in JJK, Nanami's friend, I'd call him that.
Yeah. Kind of looks like him too, doesn't he?
He does.
He's got that young, happy-looking face.
Yuta, but somehow more fuckboy.
Yeah. And they just fucking slam these opponents.
I was surprised we even got to see this guy's powers. I thought he was going to die before that even happened. The magic with, like, creating pressure. Like, he had a nice kill there. Like, that was cool.
Yeah, but whoever this guy was that was sitting down. So I view the very last page of the newest chapter. I view it like this. Everyone's like, okay, yeah, we won, whatever. And then it shows the guy that was sitting down, they cut their fingers off, then cut the throat. Yeah. He's coalescing back together. And then it shows Sheba after the fact.
I don't think it's Sheba, though.
It is. I looked at it. It's Mr. Sheba, and you can
tell
pants. He's all beat up because it's in the future. Because the top of the thing says, all right, now tell me what happened next. His video, and then it shows Sheba.
But they're in the same area because they're talking about the same incident. He didn't change pants.
Yeah, but that's what so I'm gonna pull it up. It's like a jump. It's like, okay, so that happened. You beat all the guys, and then what happened? And now it's Sheba's gonna tell him, oh, we got our fucking asses kicked by this guy because it's Mr. Sheba's hairstyle, and he's all beat up and bandaged up, so that's why his clothes...
It's just not his clothes in that shot, though. Is what I mean.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because look at his hair. Look at the ponytail. I think that's Mr. Sheba later. That's not the same thing. That's the same
table they were meeting at, though.
I mean, it might look like... No, because I see this as he's in a walled room. Because see the VCR tape?
Yes,
I think this
in the future.
This is on the tape.
Yeah.
So this here is them interviewing Sheba about what happened after this panel right here. So they're in an interview
alluding
room.
To that's what happened after the events. Like this was happening. Oh god, I scrolled all the way back to the couch. So this happening, they killed all the threats, and then they're like, what happened next? And then after they killed the threats, this happened.
Well, because see, the prime minister is still sitting there.
Yeah.
And that dude's there. So it's like, okay, yeah, all
I'm
this.
Saying this person's not Sheba, because it's
No. This guy down here,
no,
this is...
I meant this person, the victim.
Yeah, that's this guy. Where is he? That guy.
Oh, it is him.
It's like the main dude that was talking to this guy here. The main dude that was talking to the...
So I read this is less like regenerating, more getting your face blasted off.
Oh, I see that as in like
his hands are up. It makes it look like he's blasting his face off, and like the way the tables and everything's moving.
Because that's the prime minister right there, and that's the dude who they cut up immediately.
Yeah. At
the beginning, this guy right here, the one that wants, that says, "I'll leave when my business is done. I want."
The crack tag guy.
Yeah. Chiba, Konagawa, and Tokyo. That's the lands he wants. So the way I see it, all this stuff happened, and they're like, so that very last panel, the way I read it is, this top section here is in the future after the events happen.
Yeah.
And this is current time. So this guy's coming back.
I was just wondering who these people were specifically. Because again, it looks like this person's getting wrecked.
It does, kind of, but...
Because again, the way the tables and the couches kicking up too.
Yeah, I see just like it's being like pulled up into the air. Because like when they left him, he was just kind of there. He was like,
yeah.
You know? So I think this guy's coming back to life somehow. Or using his sorcerer somehow. And then he's going to beat the fuck out of...
All of them.
All of them, because Sheba's bandaged up right here. His arm, his face, and everything.
He clearly doesn't feel victorious.
No. And that's where I think Happy-Go-Lucky Kid's going to die. Because he barely made it. He got lucky in that fight.
Yeah.
If he didn't hide his sword before going in, I think he would have been smoked right there.
Definitely.
So, I mean, there's got to be a reason to push them to focus on the swords.
Yeah.
I am interested in seeing that, though. Like, but didn't they say once the swords come into play, they fucking, like,
Well,
they
clearly
beat the
not
guys
enough, 'cause
within
they also
days?
made Shinoichi after most of them, I think.
Because I feel like I read in one of the chapters that they said that as soon as the sword masters went into the war, they won the war within a month or whatever.
True.
Like, really quickly.
Doesn't mean it was that easy, though, because it's also the state saying that, like...
True. We're going to find out.
Yes.
This is a flashback about it.
This is the war arc.
Does that mean you think these island dwellers come back into the present story with Chihiro?
Maybe.
Or do you think the malediction killed all of them? Because that's the way Samora seems to feel.
It
that
seems so convenient that it just killed all of them. They're all gone.
Well, they were assumably all gone the first time, and then they came back. It could be that you destroy. It's like saying you
killed all the Targaryens.
Yeah, or you attacked Manhattan, so you killed everyone in all of New York. It's like, well, there's other people,
so no, I
not
think
just Manhattan.
They're still around to some degree.
Right.
And clearly, someone wants to avenge them in John Hishaku.
Yeah.
Yura. There we go.
Yes, Yura. You think Yura comes back, or you think that
I hope he does.
he just stays in control of his body? It's like, wouldn't you just go back to your original body?
This one's younger. I might as well start with this.
The other one hasn't eaten or drank anything in 10, 15 years. So.
I'll just take this young one.
Yeah.
Sad there's no Don.
Yeah, me too. But, what are you going to do?
You didn't read more Centuria?
I did not.
Damn.
I did not.
Oh, thanks, Jump.
What this still happen?
I went to check Centuria to see if they've added more. They haven't. But it says new chapter coming. June 2nd. Thanks, Jump. I hope it's the rest of the chapters then. Instead of another 4.
Right, or some more than just 4.
Please. And that's all I got. I haven't watched any anime.
I watched all of what I had left of JJK and Free Ren.
Nice.
So I'm caught up on those. I still need to catch up on Fate, Strange Fake, and which is like 2 or 3 episodes, and Sentenced to be a Hero. And
Try to catch up on JJK this week.
I need to start watching the new season before I really fall behind, because like ReZero, Classroom of the Elite,
Yomi no Sugai, which I've been seeing like a couple clips of.
What other ones this season that I actively watch? Oh, I want to watch Witch Hat Atelier. I've been looking at that for years. I've known about that one for a long time.
Easy one to say is your mangaka's favorite mangaka. Like I always see posts of like different mangakas being like, "Witch Hat Atelier is the new shit. That's the good."
The good.
Like,
Yeah.
I think literally today I saw a post about the writer for Gachi Akuta, like hyping it up.
It's been being hyped up for a while, so I'm really excited to give it a shot.
I saw one tiny little clip of it too.
I've seen a few clips, yeah, but I've seen videos on it in the past about the manga, so
I actually haven't, so it'd be nice and fresh for me.
the only information I retain from it is the basic synopsis that you'd get in the first 10 minutes of the episode.
I just know what they look like.
Magic.
Yeah.
The lie of magic, that it can be learned and taught. Well, because the word, I believe,
How very fate of them.
the world itself teaches that magic, you're born with it. And if you're not, you can't use magic. But the truth is anybody can learn magic. But the reason they push that lie is because it's like extraordinarily dangerous. Because magic isn't like... So it's like doing alchemy. But every time you do the alchemy, you have to draw that circle. The big one that they did for their mother.
Oh, God.
And if one letter is drawn incorrectly or a line is off by an angle, the whole spell will go wonky.
Yeah.
And I guess that happens a few times to her because I saw a clip and it looked like somebody either died or got really hurt from her fucking around with the magic circle. And I'm like, in like the first episode or whatever. So magic's not something to be fucked with. Like you need to
know your shit.
Know your shit and research your shit. And then that synopsis, here's the world. Go
enjoy
or whatever. And that's literally all I know. I know that magic is done through magic circles. You have to draw it on papers and stuff like that. Really hard to learn. Can be learned. World thinks you can't learn it. And as a girl and a older person, that looks
I've seen those two.
That the internet is saying, oh, he looks like Gojo, but then everyone in the comments has to reiterate that he was before Gojo.
Gojo looks like him, damn it.
That's what everyone says. Because I guess he's like the most powerful person like in his world too, or whatever. So he's got like that Gojo aura going on.
They all look like Oswald from Ruby.
I guess so. Who's Oswald look like?
The last white-haired mentor character before him.
Gosh.
Cross.
Fuck Cross.
Yeah, can I even call him a mentor?
That's
Degree
Man, right?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Mostly because I was like, because I watched. What was the of episodes available to us? The first 60 that we used to watch,
and the whole second season is filler.
And then there's a third season where they find Cross.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe there's a third.
That's like the Lost season, and then they did the follow-up series, which takes place after that.
Yeah, well, because when I remember, I don't know if Hulu still has it or not, but at one point I saw Dick Grayman on Hulu. I was like, oh shit, let's check it out. So I looked up where I left off. I was like, okay, episode 60-ish. That's just a number I'm throwing out. So I'll say episode 20. Oh, cool. I'll start in episode 21. I even looked it up. I was like, okay, that's what happens. I vaguely remember that. I've seen all this stuff. And I went in there and I was looking at episode descriptors. And then I saw episode 21. I clicked on it, started watching it. Everyone looked different. They were talking about shit I didn't know. And Cross was standing right there like he belonged to there. And everyone was just cool with it. And I'm like, huh? So I was, and then I looked that up. And I was missing 50 episodes.
Oh, God.
I was like, I shut off. I was like, I'm not doing that.
If I've ever taken to Gray Man, I'm just going to read the manga finally.
So, like, that Tiki Meek?
Yes.
That fight that you really like, that you looked up?
That's in, like, the missing season.
Yes, that's not the...
Yeah. That's the chunk that came out in Japan but never came here.
Yeah. Sad days.
Mm-hmm.
Before I forget, Super Brain, hey, it's here. I guess they're making a fucking Bloodborne movie.
Yes, Jacksepticeye is making it.
He's a YouTuber, right?
Yes.
And it's going to be animated, which is much better than trying to do Bloodborne live action.
Yeah.
And it's going to be rated R.
Nice.
So they can do the blood and gore.
I will be there.
I was like, awesome.
I also hear a lot of rumors of a live-action Elden Ring affair. I don't know if it's a show or a movie.
It's a movie, and it's live action.
It should probably be a show.
It should probably just not exist.
That's preferable to both of these options.
I think they're just trying to ride the
Imagine if it's an isekai again. I say again because Monster Hunter and every other garbage.
Yep.
Yeah. We teleport to the Elden Ring world as U.S. soldiers.
You know who's to blame? You know who's to blame for all of this?
Who?
Fucking Alice.
Who?
She had to chase that fucking bunny down a hole.
Oh,
and
yeah.
be the first isekai.
Yeah.
It's probably
Her
not
fault.
probably not the first isekai, but the earliest one I can think of. She introduced the concept.
Alice and Aincrad.
Ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't do that. And it's just the Tarnished.
Hopefully it's good, but I mean,
I don't think it's
we can
gonna
all
be.
dream.
It's live action.
It's Elden Ring. How much dialogue can you make in an Elden Ring movie? If they knew their shit, it would actually be about the lore of Elden Ring. Like all the shit that happened before the Tarnished.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you write the Tarnished story to be interesting for a movie.
Unless
you turn him into like a Tom Cruise type.
You could have told the story of the breaking of the ring.
Exactly. That would be preferable.
And Ronnie stealing it.
Because then the characters can be characters instead of the Tarnished just mowing through an endless list of people he has to mow through.
Yeah.
I'll get Godfrey. Don't worry, Melina. Walks away from an explosion.
But, like, how did they do
what
that?
Are these runes?
But, like, the only person that makes sense to visually to see is the Tarnished. Everything else, how do you do that in live action?
Yeah, like, they all have to be CG. Even Margit. Margit's, like, 5 times the size of a normal human.
It's gonna look like ass.
Yeah.
Which is why the Bloodborne route is way better.
Yeah, just make it animated.
You could literally 3D animate it in the exact same style as Elden Ring and just make a cinematics of Elden Ring. You know how they do cinematic trailers? Make a movie of that.
Yeah.
Golden. Though cinematic trailers are colossally expensive to make a 3-minute trailer, so trying to make that to an hour and a half, I'm sure it's going to be
a nightmare.
And budget-wise.
Now, how much do they plan to adapt? What's even the possible story?
Elden Ring's like a 80-hour game minimum.
Yeah.
Are
we going to see every Elden Lord?
Just going bonfire to bonfire. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
Unless they just hit like the main things, like they go to that castle.
They try to turn it into like a Lord of the Rings-esque trilogy.
Don't even get me started with Lord of the Rings right now.
Okay. I won't.
I'm going to talk about it though. You brought it up. Stephen Colbert and his son are making a Lord of the Rings movie that is a sequel to The Return of the King.
Oh, no.
The Return of the King is the end of the story, man. And what they're trying to make
coming right out of George R.R. Martin's wet dreams.
The story is what they said is they think there's a story there of which does not.
There's a story there. Oh,
I'll tell you what the entire story is in 3 minutes. Not even. I time you right fucking now. That they don't show in the movie because they skip past. There's one chapter, or is it 1 or 2 chapters at the end? It's called Scouring of the Shire. That's not in the movie because it would have been too long to skip it. Frodo destroys the ring. Boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
They save him from Mordor. They bring him back to Gondor. Aragorn's crowned king. They're like, everyone's like, yay, peace, blah, 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 blah. That's all in the movies. Then the hobbits, they're like, okay, we're gonna stay here for a few months just to chill, recuperate, hang out with our boys, the Fellowship. But then it's time for us to go back. And
we have a place we belong.
They go back to the Shire. There's a journey back to the Shire, but that's whatever. They get to the Shire to find it is in ruins. Saruman is there as a different person. He's reduced. He's not he's a feeble old man. He took over the Shire, and they rally the hobbits and kick his ass, and they take back the Shire. And then that specific part isn't in the movie. They go straight from Aragorn's crowning to Frodo leaving Middle Earth. So Frodo hangs out in the Shire for a few years, but then it's like, I can't do this anymore. The ring did too much damage to me. I gotta go. So he goes to the west, Valinor. He goes with Gandalf and Bilbo, and they go to Valinor.
Nice.
Then you could be like, okay, a couple of years after that, many years after that, Aragorn dies. Because he's a dude. He's gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's actually much longer than that. I think it's like almost... He lives to very old age. He was already 80-something in the movies. He dies. Merry and Pippin make a journey to Minas Tirith, or when they die, they're buried with Aragorn. Sam lives out his happy best life as a gardener, and he dies somewhere in the Shire.
Good for him.
Gimli brings Legolas to the Glittering Caves in Helm's Deep to show him, and then Legolas brings Gimli to Fangorn Forest to show him that, because they're best buds.
Yeah.
Neither of them ever marry and hang out with each other for life.
Just like the history books. Best friends.
Yes.
I know those stories.
Take that as you will.
I will.
But written by a devout Catholic man. So probably
it mirrors
not.
History really well.
Yes. Which is...
The devout Catholic men who wrote those books, too, got it close enough.
And then Legolas, though, being an elf, feels the pull of the sea, calling him to sail west. So, but he waits for Gimli to live through his life. So when Gimli's life is spent, when he's an old man, he's probably going to conk out anytime now. Then Legolas decides to leave. He
stays to make sure he's there for the rest of Gimli's life.
Yes, he builds
as a best friend.
He builds him and Gimli a boat, and together they sail to Valinor. And that's the last of the two fellowships to leave. So where in all of what I just said is there enough of a story?
If you want to make a whole bunch of bullshit up in Valinor, there might be. But you're making it up.
Well, no, because Valinor, it's said to, so Valinor is the Undying Lands. That's where the elves go. And if an elf dies, they're reincarnated in Valinor. But when that happens, there's no going back. There's only very few elves go back after that.
Yeah.
But that's basically quote unquote heaven for elves, but it's a heaven in a physical sense. It's like at one point you could go there.
Yeah.
You weren't allowed there, but you could have gone there. You probably got shot a few times, but you could have gone there. It's in the physical sense, and it's called the Undying because you're among the Undying. Elves don't die.
Yeah.
But everyone says that it's described for Frodo. When Frodo comes, his presence there is fleeting because one, they're Undying, so to them a billion years is a week to us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, also, it's described that you are, say you had, I had Shinigami eyes, so I could look above you and be like, oh, you have 10 years left to live. You go to Valinor, you'd be dead in a week.
Oh, because it drains that.
It peacefully drains it because it's a healing drain, because that's why Frodo and Bilbo went there, because they were corrupted by the ring, so it's like a cleansing for them. Oh, Sam goes to Valinor. That's right, he does. But when he goes there, Frodo's not there for him. When he goes, he's
separate.
Frodo's long since diminished and gone out. So there's no these people don't interact again after they leave Minas Tirith. Maybe there's
a solo story.
But again, what are you gonna? It's just gonna be people sitting around talking. There's no conflict anymore.
Well, they could make up a bunch of bullshit. You keep forgetting that part where they just make up a bunch of stuff.
But it's like, and then it's like, I just want to kill myself. Because it's
don't you know they can write better than Tolkien?
No.
Don't you know?
It's like Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Disney Star Wars. Everything that they have made for Disney Star Wars is within the same 5 years of the fucking show. Branch out.
Yeah, the moment you said after wouldn't bring up a new Lord of the Rings content, I was already scared.
Look, and then it's like, okay, Peter Jackson's making a movie right now, The Hunt for Gollum. Gross. And I'm like, okay, you could make a movie, you could stretch that. It's like 3 pages in the book. Legolas is.
If you give it the Hobbit treatment, that's a movie right there.
Yeah, because Legolas gives like during the Council of Elrond when everyone's there in the first movie, Legolas is there to tell them that Gollum escaped, and he tells the story of what happened, and this is when you find out. You get bullet points, basically. It's a bullet pointed thing. It's like Gandalf's like, oh yeah, I did this, and then I did this. Aragorn came with me, and we did this type thing. Yeah. You could fill in those gaps. So it's like The Hunt for Gollum. You could stretch that to a movie. I could see that. But it's not... Yes. It's like, why? You saw the Gollum video game did ass.
You focus so much on if we could that you forgot about the if we should.
And it's like the same thing. It's like they're all just staying within... You got The Hobbit... and Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit takes place in like 2915 of the Third Age. And the Lord of the Rings ends in like 310 of the Third Age. That's the year 3000 of the Third Age. And the Second Age has like 4,000 years in it. And the First Age has like 8,000 years in it. And there's a billion stories in all of them, which are way more interesting than anything Gollum related.
True.
And it's just like they're scared to do it because they're scared of the normie Lord of the Rings fan that's only seen the movies. That are going to be like, who's Beren and Luthien? Who's fucking Morgoth? Who's all these people? Because the Lord of the Rings is the end of the story. Like, if this table is the Lord of the Rings, this Middle Earth, this is the Lord of the Rings. Right here. The very, very end. And it's like, there's so much more you can tell. Or, why not stay closer to it? Things that people do know. The War of the North. When the Witch King just took out Arnor. You know, fucking... Or the Witch King's rise to power and that stuff. And it's just like, there's so many cool and badass things that they could do with Lord of the Rings.
And they won't.
And they pick stupid stuff. There's another thing. They're going to do, they're talking about making, I'm okay with this because it's like 4 chapters worth of content.
Better than 3 pages.
They want to do all the Tom Bombadil stuff. And I'm like, I'm for that. I would watch a Tom Bombadil movie. Or like 1 hour episode type thing or whatever. I'm like, that'd be cool. You got to nail Tom Bombadil though. Yeah. You got to have the right actor for that because he's an eccentric old coot. But it's like, get away from, like, it's the same thing with Star Wars. They want to stay around the new
Skywalker saga era.
So it's like it has to be like 2 or 3 years before A New Hope or like a year or 2 after Return of the Jedi.
When they're feeling daring a few years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, with Kenobi. Which I would say Kenobi is worth the watch, but anything revolving around Leia sucks.
It was also still the worst pitch among any of them. Let's
Kenobi
pick
thing?
The most boring point in Kenobi's life and make a TV show about it.
Well, now they would like. There's been murmurs of doing a season 2, and I'm like, no, you can't.
Stop.
Because the only thing that happens to Obi-Wan after this, otherwise you're adding shit, was covered in Rebels when Maul finds him in the desert, and Kenobi gives him the 1-2, you did.
And you're going to do a whole season for that?
Right? No. Rebels already did that. It's good. It's over. It's done. I heard they're making a Maul thing. And I'm okay with that, because the fucking...
somewhat okay with that.
The dude that plays Starkiller and the dude that voices Maul, you've definitely seen the dude. He's a huge Star Wars nerd. in the best of ways, and he's doing something there. I don't know when it takes place in Darth Maul's story, but I trust that guy enough. I've seen enough of interviews. That guy, he knows like Star Wars. So
it's still the same time.
But yes, you're right. I want
Old Republic.
The only story at all that I'd be interested in the current time between Phantom Menace and Return of the Jedi, or even years after that, the only story I give two fucks about is just do it. Pull the fucking trigger and give me a Darth Vader movie of him just hunting Jedi. I would watch the shit out of that. Anything else, I'm just done with
like
it.
when they ambushed him, making him think it was Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah, and then they're like, it's over, you're surrounded. And he's like, oh, I'm surrounded by his dead men and fear.
Yeah.
I was like, badass.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, do shit like that. Show me Darth Vader right after Revenge of the Sith.
That's such an easy sell.
Like, at his most angry, when he's, like, at the beginning.
Show the actual tyranny of the Empire.
Yeah, like, right when it first started getting going, where it's, like 2 weeks after Revenge of the Sith. Fucking.
Hypothetically, when it'll be the most brutal.
Yeah, and they're hunting down the Jedi that survived Order 66. Fucking Sidious is setting up the dictatorship that will be the Empire. You could put him killing off other senators, like fucking because there's got to be senators in there that would be problematic. He probably just killed on the DL.
And just replace him with loyalists.
But at the same time, though, Revenge of the Sith was pretty clear. This is how democracy dies. In thunderous applause. Because that whole Senate room was on Palpatine. Like, buddy.
This is our guy.
Fuck them Jedi. So, but I would watch the shit out of Darth Vader movie. Fuck yeah. Too. But then, other than that, Old Republic, baby. Let's go old school.
Go back.
Backwards. The height of Jedi versus Sith.
Yes.
Give me more than 2 Sith. Back before Darth Bane made the rule of 2.
Yes.
And for the love of God, please bring back saber fights. Disney has not given a single good saber to saber fight.
Nah, I mean, it was alright in the first one. The first of the Disney ones.
Force Awakens?
Yeah, this is alright one.
I didn't think so, but you could swing it where it's acceptable in context. Because you could be like, okay, Rey has never held a lightsaber before. Neither has Finn. And Kylo Ren just got shot in the fucking stomach by a fucking laser cannon.
He's not the most battle-tested person either. He's killed some people, but it's not like he's had saber-on-saber battles a lot.
This ain't the peak of the Clone Wars where they're like mastering
where they're literally going battle to battle too.
So you could argue it there, but then going forward, it's just like I
stopped watching. So.
Yeah, The Last Jedi is honestly, I feel like if he just stuck with J.J. Abrams the whole time, I think it would have been better because
it's definitely a bad move to switch after. Like, you should have to have a strong directorial vision. The fact that they were switching directors...
That was their plan, to have different directors for each of the 3 movies.
Stupid plan.
But then they switched back to JJ after the colossal, like, disappointment. Because it's like, here's the problem, is that it's Star Wars. So, The Last Jedi made fucking so much money in the theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was Star Wars. Just like the Force Awakens made, I think, $1 billion or something like that. You still have to
see the movie to find out it sucks.
Yeah. So The Last Jedi came out, and everyone went to go see it. And I was even, for me, leaving the theater, all I remembered were the visual effects. I was like, because the visual effects in that movie are outstanding. But that's...
Yeah.
To be expected. It's a Disney Star Wars movie. Their budget was basically unlimited.
Yeah.
So the visual effects are amazing. But then once you sit in the movie, like in your thoughts about the movie the next few days, and you're like, that movie fucking sucked. 80% of the movie
is the space chase.
And you...
Casino Land.
Yeah, well, because Finn and
Her.
other people leave on a little pod. So there's a space chase. Their damaged ship, they can't go in hyperdrive. And the First Order's hot on their tails, but they got hyperdrive, so why can't they just speed up a little bit and catch him? I don't know. They just can't. Why can't they catch him? We don't know. They're just shooting at him constantly, keeping the same pace, and they never catch up through the whole fucking movie. But this little space pod, that ship can get out, and that can go away without being detected. But you got more of those, so you can't just slowly get rid of your people.
Yeah.
But no. But that spaceship, that gets out, that goes off, and they go on this huge, long quest, going planet to planet, to try and figure out some way to help that ship. It's like,
I don't
you
think
couldn't
they
find
did
out.
by the end.
No, their entire mission, that entire mission ends in failure, and they return to tell them that they failed. So why was that entire detour, 80% of the movie, even in the movie? It was useless.
Yeah. Time
It has no bearing on the movie at all. It's fucking garbage.
Not to mention Leia supermaning through space.
Yes. Horrible. But it's like, too, it's like, I don't even know what I was going to say, and it's just bad. If you're going to leave the spaceship and you go to the country, the Rebel Alliance is out there. You couldn't get a few other ships just to warp towards them and be like, yo, we got a fleet now, and push the fucking First Order ship to retreat. You don't even have to defeat it, just have it retreat. Because to the best of my knowledge, Kylo Ren's on that fucking ship. He can't use some force mumbo jumbo to fucking
just stop it for a little bit, slow it down, give it a little drag.
They don't have fighters that can just go out of the ship and go shoot it down even more.
Start bombing it.
It makes no sense. And then they break canon at the end of the movie by everyone jumping in the escape pods to a planet, and the one bitch stays behind, and she turns the ship around, and she goes into light speed, and she warp speed drives through the First Order ship and blows it up. And I'm like, if that was always an option, the Death Star
also.
Yes. The Death Star is a non-issue. Put a fucking droid in a ship and fucking light speed these bitches. Why are you using a Death Star? You could take an X-Wing, and if you could accelerate
that into a planet,
accelerate that to the speed faster than the speed of light. No planet lives through that. The planet's gonna get obliterated. Yeah. So it just completely breaks canon that's something that can happen. And and it's just that whole movie is trash. And then literally the last movie. A line in the movie spoken by one of the actors. Somebody wrote it in the script. It got past all these people and it made it into the movie. Somehow Palpatine returned. That's a line in the movie. And that's the premise of the movie. Somehow,
that's what the writers were told, that they just wrote it down verbatim.
Somehow he returns.
We need Palpatine to somehow return? Okay. Somehow Palpatine returns.
Vaguely said that it's some kind of cloning process, and it's just like, he was useless. He barely even did anything.
That's what made me not want to watch it. The moment I heard Palpatine was coming back, I'm just like, oh, so they're completely creatively bankrupt.
Yes.
Looked like you had shell shock.
I don't know, man. And then Snoke was just an epic fail.
Yeah. Again, the moment they brought Palpatine back, they were just admitting they were giving up on Snoke in general.
Well, he had been killed. He's killed in the second movie. No?
Oh.
In the most stupid way possible. He's sitting there on his throne. And he puts Kylo Ren's lightsaber next to him. Kylo's just standing there. And he's like, Snoke's like, got his eyes closed, and he's feeling the Force. He's like, he told Kylo to execute Rey, and he's like, I can see in the Force, as he turns the lightsaber, and you see Kylo turn in the lightsaber on his with the Force on his thing, and then activating it, and he turns the lightsaber on and stabs Snoke like through the side, and then Rey uses the Force and pulls it so it gets cut in half.
Whoa, so cool.
I'm like, this is the guy that corrupted Kylo Ren to the dark side of the Force.
This is the Sith Lord of this era. Nihilus touched down on a planet and the life began draining out of it.
The fact that Snoke even existed doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because you're going to tell me that there was a dark side user in the world and Palpatine didn't kill that guy? Nah, I don't believe you. But enough of the Star Wars rant and the Lord of the Rings. It's trash. Nobody knows how to write good movies. There's plenty of fucking stories out there to be told for both of them. But they don't want the money. They want this quote-unquote safe option. So all the fans of the thing hate it. And all the normies think that it's just whatever. It's like Rings of Power. Rings of Power is trash, too. That's egregious trash. Because at least these other two movies are events that happen. They're just boring events. There are things in that they try to make orcs humanize and make you feel for the orc. Like, what are you doing?
This isn't that story.
And they tried to make it so that, like, the orcs are afraid of Sauron, so they rised up and they killed Sauron. Never in a billion years could that happen. Physically, there's no orc that could do any damage to Sauron, or mentally, or metaphysically.
They're not capable of it.
Yeah, they are so afraid of him and so subservient to him that disobeying an order from him is just, it's not
even a thought.
It's not even on their wavelength. And just the butchering of characters and plot, and I don't even want to talk about it. I get mad.
But that's also the end of this episode.
Yes, let's just stop there before I really just start throwing things and be like, Rah! That's the Dukes of Angrydom.
The Dukes of Angrydom.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
Take care, y'all.